Future perfect continuous tense. The future perfect continuous, also sometimes called the future perfect progressive, is a verb tense that describes actions that will continue up until a point in the future. The future perfect continuous consists of will plus have plus been plus the verb's present participle verb root plus ing. When we describe an action in the future perfect continuous tense, we are projecting ourselves forward in time and looking back at the duration of that activity. The activity will have begun sometime in the past, present, or in the future, and is expected to continue in the future. It refers to events or actions that are currently unfinished, but will be finished at some future time. It is most often used with a time expression. Examples. I will have been waiting here for 3 hours by 6 o'clock. By 2024 she will have been living in London for 16 years. Next year I will have been working here for 4 years. The future perfect continuous tense is like the future perfect tense, but it expresses longer actions or states extending up to some specific event or time in the future. For example, N starts waiting at 9 o'clock. I am late and cannot arrive before 10 o'clock. N will have been waiting for an hour by the time I meet her. Notice that the long action or state can start at any time in the past, present, or future, but of course it always ends in the future. He'll be tired when he gets here. He'll have been traveling all day. How long will he have been working when he retires? Will you have been working when I arrive? Next week Anne is going to swim from England to France. By the time she gets to France she'll have been swimming non-stop for over 13 hours. When do you use future perfect continuous? There are several common ways to use the future perfect continuous tense. One of the main reasons that we use the future perfect continuous tense is to state that a future action will happen over a period of time before some other future event interrupts it or stops it. While the action being described by the future perfect continuous tense can begin at any time, it must end in the future. If the action doesn't continue into the future, we would instead use the present perfect continuous tense or the past perfect continuous tense. As with all continuous verb tenses, we typically do not use the future perfect continuous tense with stative verbs. Stative verbs such as like, want, or believe are used to refer to states of being, so it usually doesn't make sense to use them in a continuous tense. How to form future perfect continuous tense? In order to form the future perfect continuous tense, we use the phrase will have been followed by the present participle of the verb. The present participle is a form of the verb that ends in ing. For example, the present participle of sleep is sleeping. The following sentence use verbs in the future perfect continuous tense. Next month I will have been studying Chinese for 2 years. How to make future perfect continuous tense negative. To make the future perfect continuous tense negative, all you need to do is stick the word not in between the words will and have. The following sentence show the future perfect continuous tense used in the negative. Hopefully, I will not have been making a fool of myself when I see you at the party.